The software development lifecycle used to be very slow, with each stage being owned by siloed groups, each performing their step in the process before passing the product over the fence to the next group. Two innovations in software delivery methodologies changed this paradigm: DevOps and Agile. DevOps, or CI/CD, combined the development and operations groups into a single team and seamless process, allowing for many rapid iterations of development, testing, and deployment in automated pipelines. Agile delivery extends this team to include the user or product owner and the designers or architects to form a self-reliant, multidisciplinary team. And in doing so, it allows the entire cycle to iterate rapidly in sprints. These concepts change software delivery organizations from silos and monoliths into small, agile, and multidisciplinary teams. One of the key goals of DevOps and Agile is to reduce traditional barriers between teams and to reduce the time between defining of a requirement or committing a change to a system and that change or feature being placed in production. All of this while maintaining high quality. Unfortunately, security was a little late to this party and often remained a silo, which attempted to drive compliance from external position. There were several perceived problems which blocked the integration of security into DevOps. High effort, manual code review or dynamic analysis, too slow for the speed of DevOps, too costly, or too complex. As a result, security was either ignored, shortcutted, or pushed as far back in the software lifecycle as possible, and seen as a separate compliance activity or stage gate. However, as demand for improved security continued to grow, so too did the requirement for security's inclusion into the development lifecycle. This led to the term DevSecOps, the goal being to integrate security seamlessly into the DevOps pipeline/modern SDLC. The key benefits of DevSecOps are continuous integration of security validations, lower risk and higher quality products deploying into production, rapid remediation of discovered issues, and better ongoing assurance of security posture and compliance. This all sounds great, but how can it be achieved? As with any capability, it can be developed with investment in three key areas: people, process, and technology. With people, investing in training and awareness to create a more knowledgeable team is primed to handle security. Build a culture to promote adaptability, flexibility, and agility. The team should be comfortable problem solving, moving at pace, and taking change in their stride. And most importantly, the entire team must feel a sense of responsibility and empowerment towards achieving security as a result. Processes need to be adjusted also. Incorporating security into all stages of the SDLC and DevOps pipelines is important and will achieve a shift left where security is considered earlier, thereby avoiding pitfalls or expensive reworks later. This may require reviewing guidelines, processes, or policies which govern your software lifecycle. Additionally, the lower level processes need to be addressed within the development lifecycle. For example, to allow for continuous evaluation of security validation outputs or prioritization of security tickets in the backlog against user requirements. With technology, automation is critical to ensuring speed, quality, and consistency, and is fundamental to achieving practical DevSecOps. However, this doesn't need to be expensive, incorporate an endless or overwhelming inclusion of tools into pipelines, and isn't incredibly complex. Careful selection and application of cloud-native or open-source tooling avoids most of these perceived blockers. To focus on the tangible elements, here's an example of what a DevSecOps pipeline could include. At the planning stage, you might include threat modeling, risk assessment, or development of security requirements. Coding stage, secrets management will become important, as well as integrating security tooling within the development environment. At the build stage, static code analysis, security unit testing, dependency scanning, secret scanning, or other scanning might take place. At the testing stage, dynamic or interactive security tests, security regression tests, fuzz testing, compliance scanning. Penetration testing would typically be infrequent. At the release stage, additional third-party dependency validations and compliance or governance checks may take place. At the deploy stage, environmental hardening, secure configuration management, network segmentation, or web application firewall configuration might take place. And finally, at the operate stage, compliance and control validations, ideally automated as code, along with logging, monitoring, and alerting. To summarize, DevSecOps is the integration of development, security, and operations together. It enables the speed of DevOps or CI/CD, but with higher security code and greater visibility of compliance and assurance. For your own DevSecOps journey, these are some things you're going to want to ensure that you do. Make use of automation to ensure agility and speed is maintained. Invest in people and processes too. Be pragmatic, start small and build over time. Tailor your approach to your own unique circumstances. What is the right balance between security and speed? And finally, monitor and evaluate the success or failure of measures that are implemented. And these are some of the common pitfalls to avoid, including creating divisions or silos, for example where security becomes a stage gate in the process, throwing too many tools at the problem and unnecessarily complicating the pipelines. Don't try and change everything overnight or disrupt teams or pipelines that are currently effective. And finally, don't neglect the importance of team culture. The end result should be a team empowered to own their product security, and with security just being part of everyday operations, rather than a separate or afterthought.